solo venture.
Yes.
How is that going so far?
It's good so far. I get to hang out with these guys a lot in Maine and 2123, and I'm having a good time. You know, put out a record and 2 EPs already, so it's good. It's like very freeing to be able to kind of do my own thing and not really have to, you know, answer to 3 other people in a band or a label or all that. So it's cool. I like it.
You released your album Big Skies 4 months ago?
Yeah, it's in like March, I think, or something like that. May, somewhere. I think it was May.
How's the reception to that?
It's good. It seems like it's good. It was the first like real thing that I released as a solo, you know, with my solo adventure. So I think a lot of the people that listen to my old band heard this and they're like, oh, okay, I get it, you know, and they're moving over and listening to it. So it's been really good. So I'm happy. I can't complain about it.
You came over a lot with, well, a couple of times.
We came over once with Rocket.
Only once?
Yeah, so this is only like my second time touring here.
How did you find it last time?
It was cool. We had a good time. We were with Mayday Parade, so they have a good draw out here. So it was a lot of fun, you know. But it was back then with the band, and now this is completely different. So I don't really. This is our first day in the UK on this run, so I don't really know what to expect. So hopefully good things, you know.
What are you most looking forward to about being in the UK?
I think just being somewhere other than the States for 2 weeks, like, you know, touring somewhere other than there, and it's always cool being over here. I've been over here on vacation and then toured once, but I love it. It's so different from the States, so it's kind of like a nice little getaway for 2 weeks.
What can we expect from you after this tour? Any new music?
I mean, there's always going to be new music, yeah, so I'm looking maybe to do something, you know, before the year's up, release a few songs or something, but I'm touring more in the States and doing a headlining thing out there, and hopefully next year, same thing, just touring and touring and touring. Maybe be back here, maybe doing, you know, a different tour out here would be awesome. So just keep them busy best I can.
For anyone who hasn't heard your solo work with Big Skies yet, how would you describe it?
I mean, if you come see a show right now, I'm playing solo, so it's me and acoustic, so it's like more singer-songwriter, but if you listen to the record, it's a little bit more kind of singer-songwriter, rock and roll in a way, and I guess, I mean, if you listen to Rocket, it's not so much like Rocket. It's a little bit more honest and genuine, I think, than those songs. So, to me, I think it's kind of like a modern take on a classic sound like the Eagles or Tom Petty. Like, that's kind of what I took. That's what I kind of went into making it sound.
Who are your inspirations?
Like those guys, Tom Petty, the Eagles, Ryan Adams, you know, Jackson Brown, a lot of singer-songwriter guys, classic guys, and today. So.
Who do you see yourself touring with in the future?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't really know. I kind of just anybody that wants to tour together, you know. I'm not really gonna be picky. I'm sure I'll be out with the Maine again. We always seem to be playing shows together, and you know, it'd be cool to eventually open up for Tom Petty, but it's probably never gonna happen. But yeah, right.
You played Warped Tour in the summer. How did you find that?
It was cool because I was playing in this thing called the Acoustic Basement, and it was fit for exactly what I was doing, you know, so everybody in the tent was just like doing the same thing, one person and a guitar, so it was awesome, and it was a different change of pace for Warped Tour. You know, we step outside the tent we were playing in, and there's metal and hardcore going all around you, and you're like, how do I fit in? But then we stepped into the acoustic tent, and you know, it made sense, and we're like, okay, cool, I get this, and all the fans that listened to my last band, you know, came to check me out, and I think I kind of won over some of those ones, so it was definitely worth doing. I had a good time.
Did you have a favorite show?
I think Ventura, California, because it was a lot like this. We were just right on the ocean. It was like the only show that we were on the ocean. It was California. It was like the cliche Warped Tour that you think in your head, like palm trees and a beach. It's really cool.
Is there one venue you haven't, or city that you haven't played yet?
In the States, I mean, I've played just about every city there's to play, but I haven't been to like Italy or Germany or like all that. I've done the UK and I've done Australia and the Philippines and Brazil, but I've never done like any of that stuff. So I'd really love to go down to Italy and stuff.
I think you go on down well.
Yeah, hopefully. That'd be cool.
Yeah, in Europe in general.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of tattoos. Are there any that you'd like to tell us about?
I mean, I have so many. And they all have different meanings. Like I have a portrait of Johnny Cash on my leg. Just because I love Johnny Cash. I have Beatles lyrics on my chest because I love the Beatles. A lot of them is just kind of, I like my tattoos because they're just all like collector's things. Like that's kind of how I look at it. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, my tattoos to be meaningful, and you know, I want to wait until I really want something. It's like I don't really have dumb tattoos, but there's tattoos where I'm like, you know, I like, yeah, I get it because it's just like I liked it, and for at the time that I got it, it was like it has a story. It's like, oh, I got this one when I was in here and there, you know. And I think that's a lot of them. Like I have on my forearm, I have this fork. It's kind of hard to see right now. It's a fork with spaghetti wrapped around it, wrapped into a meatball, and the end of the fork has a P for my grandparents' last name. He passed away a few years ago, but my grandmother was like super Italian. She always, whenever she would come over to visit us in the States, to be crazy big Italian dinners and stuff. So I didn't want to get like, you know, their names and script. I wanted like something kind of goofy because they were goofy people. You know, we were like a happy family. So I was like, I get a traditional looking fork, you know, dipped into a meatball with some spaghetti and have their initial of their last name on there. Like that's the kind of thing I like,
That's
you
really
know.
cool idea.
Yeah, I like that. It's more of like a story when you're telling it instead of like I just got my grandparents' names. It's like cool. It's like I got a fork and a meatball and spaghetti. You know, it's cool.
I think that's all I have for now. So
Cool. Thank you very much.
much.
Of course.